Listen, if you're over 60 and you've been ignoring what your body is trying to tell you, this could literally save your life. I'm about to share something that shocked even me, and I've been studying natural health for decades. Last month, I received a heartbreaking letter from Margaret, a 67-year-old grandmother. She wrote, "Barbara, I wish I had known these signs earlier. My diabetes went undiagnosed for 2 years, and now I'm dealing with complications that could have been prevented." This doesn't have to be your story. Here's what the medical establishment won't tell you. Diabetes after 60 is not a normal part of aging. Yet every single day, thousands of seniors are walking around with dangerously high blood sugar levels, completely unaware that their bodies are crying out for help. The statistics are staggering. 1 in 4 seniors has diabetes, but here's the terrifying part. Millions don't even know it. They dismiss the early warning signs as just getting older or minor inconveniences. I've dedicated my life to understanding how our bodies naturally heal and maintain balance. What I've discovered about diabetes in seniors will challenge everything you think you know about this condition. More importantly, it will give you the power to take control of your health before it's too late. You see, diabetes after 60 works differently than in younger people. Your body has been serving you faithfully for decades, but certain changes make you more vulnerable to blood sugar imbalances. Your pancreas may not produce insulin as efficiently. Your muscle mass naturally decreases, affecting how your body uses glucose. Even your sleep patterns can impact blood sugar control. But here's what gives me hope. Your body still has an incredible capacity to heal and rebalance when you know what to look for and how to respond naturally. The 7 signs I'm about to share aren't just symptoms. They're your body's sophisticated early warning system. Miss them, and you could face devastating complications. Nerve damage, vision loss, heart disease, kidney problems, and amputations. Recognize them early and you have the power to reverse course naturally. Before we dive in, let me ask you, what's one healthy food you eat every single day? Share it in the comments. Sign 1, excessive thirst that water can't quench. The first sign that stopped Margaret in her tracks was something she had dismissed for months: unquenchable thirst. "I thought I was just being health conscious by drinking more water," she told me, "but no matter how much I drank, my mouth felt like cotton, especially at night." This isn't ordinary thirst, my friends. This is polydipsia, your body's desperate attempt to dilute excess sugar in your bloodstream. Here's what's happening inside your body. When blood sugar rises above normal levels, your kidneys work overtime trying to filter out the excess glucose. To do this effectively, they pull water from your tissues, leaving you feeling parched from the inside out. The key warning signs to watch for: you're drinking significantly more fluids than usual, your mouth feels dry even after drinking water, you wake up at night craving water, no amount of liquid seems to satisfy the thirst, and your lips may feel constantly dry or sticky. Now, I want to be clear, everyone's thirst increases occasionally, especially in hot weather or after exercise. But diabetic thirst is relentless and unexplainable. It's not connected to activity, temperature, or food intake. Margaret described it perfectly. "It felt like my body was a sponge that couldn't hold water no matter how much I poured in." Why this happens after 60. As we age, our kidney function naturally declines slightly. When blood sugar begins to rise, our kidneys have to work even harder to maintain balance. This creates a perfect storm for excessive thirst that many seniors mistake for staying hydrated. The tragedy is that well-meaning seniors often think they're doing something healthy by drinking more water, never realizing their body is sending an urgent distress signal. What you must do: if you've noticed unexplained persistent thirst lasting more than a week, don't ignore it. Your body is trying to protect you from rising blood sugar levels. Remember, early detection is your greatest weapon against diabetes complications. This first sign alone has the power to alert you months or even years before serious damage occurs. Sign 2, frequent urination that disrupts your life. Now let's talk about something many seniors whisper about but rarely discuss openly: frequent urination, or what we call polyuria in medical terms. I remember Robert, a 63-year-old retired teacher who came to me exhausted and frustrated. "Barbara," he said, "I'm up 6 times every night. My wife thinks it's just my prostate, but something feels different. I'm embarrassed to go anywhere because I'm constantly looking for bathrooms." This isn't just about getting older, and it's definitely not just a prostate issue. When your blood sugar is elevated, your kidneys are working desperately to flush out the excess glucose. Think of your kidneys as a sophisticated filtration system. When they're overwhelmed with sugar, they pull water from everywhere they can find it to help wash the sugar out of your body. Here's what to watch for: urinating more than 8 times in 24 hours. Waking up 3 or more times during the night, producing large volumes of urine each time, feeling like your bladder never completely empties, clear or very pale urine despite drinking normally. The volume is what matters most. We're not talking about frequent small amounts. That could be bladder irritation or prostate issues. Diabetic urination produces surprising amounts of urine because your body is literally trying to wash sugar out through your kidneys. Robert described it this way: "It wasn't just frequent, it was like turning on a faucet. I couldn't believe how much was coming out each time." The dangerous cycle. Here's what's truly concerning. This creates a vicious cycle. Excessive urination leads to dehydration, which triggers that unquenchable thirst we discussed in sign 1. You drink more, you urinate more, your blood sugar stays elevated, and the cycle continues. Why seniors miss this sign? Many assume it's normal aging, or blame it entirely on prostate problems in men or bladder changes in women. While these conditions can coexist, diabetic urination has distinct characteristics that are different from typical age-related changes. The tragedy is that seniors often restrict their fluid intake to reduce bathroom trips, which actually makes the blood sugar problem worse and can lead to dangerous dehydration. Sign 3. Unexplained fatigue that steals your vitality. The third sign broke my heart when I heard it from Dorothy, a vibrant 68-year-old who had always been the life of every family gathering. "I used to wake up ready to tackle the day," she told me with tears in her eyes. "Now I feel exhausted before I even get out of bed. My family thinks I'm depressed, but I know something's wrong with my body." This isn't ordinary tiredness. This is profound, unexplained fatigue that doesn't improve with rest. Understanding the energy crisis in your body. Think of glucose as fuel for your cells, like gasoline for your car. In diabetes, you have plenty of fuel, glucose, in your bloodstream, but your cells can't access it properly because insulin isn't working effectively. It's like having a full gas tank but a broken fuel pump. Your cells are literally starving for energy while surrounded by sugar they can't use. This forces your body to break down muscle and fat for energy, leaving you feeling weak and exhausted. The specific fatigue patterns to recognize: morning exhaustion even after a full night's sleep, feeling drained after normal activities that never used to tire you, afternoon energy crashes that seem to come out of nowhere, needing naps but not feeling refreshed afterward, and mental fog and difficulty concentrating. Dorothy perfectly described the mental aspect. It wasn't just physical tiredness. My mind felt cloudy, like I was trying to think through thick fog. I'd forget words mid-sentence. The hidden danger after 60. Senior bodies are already managing natural changes in hormone levels, sleep patterns, and metabolism. When you add uncontrolled blood sugar to this mix, the fatigue becomes overwhelming and significantly impacts quality of life. Many seniors accept this crushing tiredness as just getting old and gradually reduce their activities. This creates a dangerous downward spiral. Less activity leads to muscle loss, worse blood sugar control, and even more fatigue. What makes this different from normal aging? Sudden onset rather than gradual decline. No relief from rest or good sleep. Interferes with activities you previously enjoyed. Accompanied by other symptoms like thirst and frequent urination. Gets progressively worse rather than stable. Sign 4, blurred vision that comes and goes. Let me tell you about Helen, a 65-year-old librarian who thought she just needed stronger reading glasses. "I kept adjusting the distance of my book," she told me. "One day I could read fine, the next day everything was fuzzy. My eye doctor said my prescription hadn't changed, but something was definitely wrong." This wasn't an eye problem, it was her blood sugar wreaking havoc on her vision. Here's what most people don't understand. Your eyes are like a window into your blood sugar levels. When glucose levels fluctuate, fluid moves in and out of your eye lens, literally changing its shape and affecting your ability to focus. The vision changes that should alarm you. Intermittent blurriness that comes and goes unpredictably. Difficulty focusing on close-up tasks like reading. Fluctuating vision throughout the day. Halos or rings around lights, especially at night. Double vision that appears and disappears. What makes this particularly dangerous after 60 is that we expect our vision to change with age. We blame it on presbyopia, cataracts, or just getting older. But diabetic vision changes have a distinct pattern. They're inconsistent and unpredictable. Helen described it perfectly. It wasn't like needing glasses where everything is consistently blurry. One moment I could read a restaurant menu clearly, the next moment the same menu looked like it was underwater. The mechanism behind the blur. When blood sugar is high, excess glucose enters the lens of your eye, drawing water with it. This swells the lens, changing its curvature and affecting how it focuses light. When blood sugar drops, water leaves the lens, changing its shape again. Your eye is literally swelling and shrinking based on your blood sugar levels throughout the day. No wonder your vision feels unreliable. Why this is a critical warning sign. The blood vessels in your eyes are incredibly delicate, among the smallest in your body. High blood sugar damages these tiny vessels first, often years before you feel symptoms anywhere else. The silent progression. Here's what terrifies me about diabetic eye damage. It often progresses without pain or obvious symptoms until permanent damage occurs. By the time you notice consistent vision problems, significant damage may have already happened to your retina. But when you catch these early fluctuating vision changes, you still have time to protect your precious eyesight through natural blood sugar management. Sign 5, slow healing wounds that won't go away. This next sign saved Frank's life, though he didn't realize it at the time. Frank was a 70-year-old gardener who prided himself on his green thumb. I got a small cut on my hand from a rose thorn, he told me. It was nothing, barely needed a bandage, but 3 weeks later, it still looked angry and red. That tiny wound was screaming a warning about his blood sugar levels. In a healthy body, wound healing is a beautifully orchestrated process, but high blood sugar disrupts every stage of healing like throwing sand in the gears of a perfectly tuned machine. Here's what high blood sugar does to your healing. Reduces oxygen delivery to wound sites because sugar makes blood thicker. Impairs immune function, making it harder to fight off bacteria. Interferes with collagen production, the protein that rebuilds tissue. Reduces growth factors needed for new tissue formation. Promotes inflammation that prevents proper healing. The wounds that should concern you. Minor cuts or scrapes that take more than 10 to 14 days to heal. Bruises that linger for weeks without fading. Skin cracks or fissures, especially on feet, that won't close. Any wound that gets worse instead of better after a few days. Recurring infections in the same area. Frank's experience illustrates something crucial. My wife kept telling me to see a doctor about that cut, but I was embarrassed. It was so small, and I felt stupid making a fuss. I had no idea that little wound was trying to save my life. Why seniors are especially vulnerable. After 60, your circulation naturally becomes less efficient. Your skin becomes thinner and more fragile. Your immune system isn't quite as robust. When you add elevated blood sugar to these natural changes, even tiny wounds become dangerous. The encouraging truth, once blood sugar levels are managed naturally, healing improves dramatically. Frank told me 6 months later, "It's amazing. I cut myself pruning last week and it healed just like it used to. I forgot how good it felt to trust my body again." Sign 6, dark, velvety skin. Patches that appear mysteriously. This next sign literally shows up on your skin like a warning label your body is desperately trying to show you. Let me tell you about Patricia, a 62-year-old grandmother who noticed something strange while getting dressed. "I saw these dark, almost black patches on the back of my neck," she told me, embarrassed. "They felt soft, almost velvety." I thought maybe I wasn't washing properly, so I scrubbed harder, but they wouldn't come off. I was mortified. I started wearing high-neck shirts to hide them. Patricia wasn't dirty. Her body was displaying a classic sign of insulin resistance called acanthosis nigricans. These mysterious dark patches are actually your body's visible cry for help. When your cells become resistant to insulin, your body produces more and more insulin to try to get glucose into your cells. This excess insulin affects your skin cells, causing them to multiply rapidly and become darker. Where to look for these warning patches? Back and sides of the neck, most common location. Under the arms in the armpit area, groin area and inner thighs. Under the breasts in women, and knuckles and joints on hands and fingers. What these patches look like: dark brown or black coloring that doesn't wash off. Velvety, soft texture, not rough or scaly. Symmetrical patterns appearing on both sides of the body. Gradual appearance, they don't show up overnight. No itching or pain. They're usually just cosmetic. Patricia's experience is heartbreakingly common. I was so ashamed. I thought people would think I was unclean. I avoided swimming with my grandchildren because I didn't want anyone to see my neck. Why this happens after 60? As we age, our cells naturally become somewhat more resistant to insulin. When blood sugar begins to rise, your pancreas pumps out more insulin to compensate. This excess insulin is what creates these dark patches. It's literally a visible sign that your body is working overtime to manage your blood sugar. The hopeful truth: unlike many diabetic complications, acanthosis nigricans can actually improve and fade when blood sugar and insulin levels are brought back into balance through natural methods. Patricia told me 8 months later, "The patches on my neck have lightened significantly. I actually wore a low neck top to my granddaughter's graduation, something I hadn't done in years." Sign 7. Unexpected weight loss that fools you. The final sign is perhaps the most deceptive because it masquerades as good news. Meet Charles, a 64-year-old who had been trying to lose weight for years. "I was actually happy at first," he admitted to me. "I'd been the same weight for a decade, and suddenly I was losing 2 to 3 pounds a week without changing anything. My clothes were getting loose, and people were complimenting me on how good I looked. I thought I'd finally hit some kind of metabolic sweet spot." Charles wasn't getting healthier. His body was literally consuming itself. In uncontrolled diabetes, when your cells can't access the glucose in your bloodstream for energy, your body starts breaking down muscle and fat tissue to survive. It's not healthy weight loss. It's your body cannibalizing itself. The dangerous characteristics of diabetic weight loss: rapid, unexplained loss of 10+ pounds without diet changes, losing weight despite eating normally or even eating more, muscle wasting, especially in arms and legs, loose, saggy skin that seems to appear suddenly, weakness accompanying the weight loss. Why this fools seniors? After 60, many of us carry extra weight and have struggled with diets that don't work. When weight suddenly starts coming off easily, it feels like a miracle. But this isn't the healthy weight loss you want. Charles described the reality. "After the initial excitement wore off, I realized I felt terrible. I was weak, my clothes hung on me like I was a scarecrow, and I had no energy. The weight I was losing was muscle, not fat." The muscle connection. This is particularly dangerous for seniors because muscle mass is crucial for maintaining independence, preventing falls, and supporting metabolism. When diabetes causes muscle wasting, it accelerates the very health problems we're trying to avoid as we age. How to tell the difference? Healthy weight loss happens gradually, 1 to 2 pounds per week maximum, with diet and exercise changes. Diabetic weight loss happens rapidly without lifestyle changes and is accompanied by weakness and fatigue. Healthy weight loss improves energy and strength. Diabetic weight loss reduces energy and muscle function. Now, I want you to step back and see the complete picture. These 7 signs aren't random symptoms. They're a coordinated alarm system. Excessive thirst, your body trying to dilute excess sugar. Frequent urination, your kidneys working overtime to flush out glucose. Unexplained fatigue, your cells starving for energy they can't access. Blurred vision, your eye lenses swelling and shrinking with blood sugar changes. Slow healing wounds, high sugar interfering with every aspect of tissue repair. Dark skin patches, visible evidence of insulin resistance, unexpected weight loss, your body consuming itself for energy. You don't need all 7 signs to take action. Even 1 or 2 of these symptoms, especially in combination, should prompt you to get your blood sugar checked and begin implementing natural management strategies. Your age is not a barrier to healing. It's simply information about how to customize your approach. The beautiful truth about natural blood sugar management is that the same strategies that help control glucose also improve overall vitality, energy, sleep quality, and mental clarity. You're not just preventing diabetes complications, you're reclaiming the vibrant health you deserve. Take action today. Don't wait for symptoms to worsen. If you recognize yourself in any of these 7 signs, your body is asking for your attention right now. Start by getting a simple blood sugar test. Monitor these symptoms. Begin implementing the natural strategies that have helped thousands of seniors reclaim their health and vitality. Your body has been faithfully serving you for over 6 decades. Now it's time to listen to its wisdom and give it the support it needs to serve you for many more healthy, vibrant years to come. The choice is yours, but the time to act is now. Your future self will thank you for paying attention to these crucial warning signs today.